Hey everyone, thanks for joining. My name is Carolyn and this is my little neurodivergent and crochet world. So I wanted to work on a project for my son. I love to crochet. I am autistic, neurodivergent, ADHD. I need to always have something to do with my hands, and I have recently discovered my joy for crochet. And I'd always knit, but I had never learned to crochet until just recently. So what about you? Is there anyone out there who also likes to crochet and feels like it is helping you keep your sanity these days? Because it does for me. So the project that I am working on right now is a hexagon cardigan. It's actually pretty simple to make. It's really just repeating granny clusters over and over. And if you do it in a hexagon pattern, then when you fold it up, you're going to get what turns out to be an amazing cardigan. And this is the one that I am making for my son. I have a 14-year-old who requested these colors. So when you fold it up, you get yourself a cardigan. And I am in the process of having to tie in the loose ends. So that's what I'm doing right now. So again, my name is Carolyn. I am autistic. I am passionate about crocheting because it keeps me sane and from doom scrolling all the time. So I am working right now on a sweater for my son, who incidentally is graduating today He's moving on from middle school, which I guess is middle school. I'm Canadian, but I live in America, so the school system is a little bit different. I don't know where everyone else is from. I am currently in Philly, but I am Canadian, which I think is why my son chose these colors for his cardigan. I love crochet. It is something that keeps me calm. It keeps me from doom scrolling right now, especially. So this is a project that I have been working on for my son, my 14-year-old, and I have to just tie in all of these loose ends. Of course, now I kind of think it's funny that I waited a long time to get to these loose ends because now it's going to be really hot here in Philadelphia. He's probably not going to even really need it until the fall, but he'll have it, so that's good. I've got other projects that I'm working on in here, but I'll just get to this one. So what I love most about crocheting is, as an autistic person who also has ADHD, I both love routine and love novelty. I need something that is fun and exciting so it'll keep me interested. But I also need to zone out sometimes and just do a repetitive stitch over and over. And so a few things that I've learned. Oh shoot, I don't have them right here. Like granny squares, I don't know if you crochet. And welcome to anyone who's joining. I am so glad that you're here. My name is Carolyn. I am autistic. I have ADHD. I love to crochet because it is saving my sanity, especially now with everything going on in the world. I could instead obsess and go down a rabbit hole of very unpleasant things, and instead I've been trying to shift my focus to crocheting and making some fun things. So what I'm making right now is a cardigan. It's a hexagon cardigan, and it is for my son. It's for my teenage son who is moving on from 8th grade, from middle school, going into high school. And he has chosen, it was supposed to actually be well, okay, he chose red and white, but it was supposed to initially be a 49ers inspired cardigan. We were gonna put gold trim around it, and anyway, this is what it looks like. I'm pretty happy with it because, again, it's so few stitches. Like, if you know how to do one little cluster like this guy here, if you repeat that over and over and over, and then the magic of this hexagon cardigan is, well, okay, you can't really see it very well, but it really is just in the shape of a hexagon. And when you fold it over, you get yourself 2 sleeves that you just easily stitch down the center, and you've got yourself a cardigan. So again, being a person who's on the spectrum, I love to be able to have a project that I can either just mindlessly zone out on, and the repetition of these stitches is just, oh, actually I've got another one. Okay, here's another one that I'm working on. This one is inspired by the Phillies. So this is a Philadelphia inspired cardigan. So you see, when you fold it up like that, and then like this, you see you get half of your little cardigan. So make 2, and I like to make them at the same time so that I don't, again, if you're neurodivergent, you know, you have to kind of create certain rules for yourself, otherwise the joy and excitement can go away. And the same thing can happen even with a crochet project. So I like to make both sides of my cardigan at the exact same time, one after another, and that way once I am done and once I've got the dimensions for one half of my body, I know that I am ready to start assembling, because the worst thing for me is having to now start over and repeat that. I know I hate projects like this because if you're familiar with granny squares, a granny square is like the quintessential crochet little square. I tried to make a crop top with granny squares, and I have yet to finish it. And I don't know, honestly, that I will ever finish it. I think that yarn is probably gone because I'm not going to finish it. It is boring me to tears, and now I have like an actual aversion to completing the project. Am I alone? Does anyone else crochet? Do you have works in progress? Things that you were sure you were going to complete and now it just kind of stares at you and just taunting you to complete it? That's kind of what the project with my son is. I did start this, I think, in April. So it is several months already in the works, and it does not take that long. Making one of these, if I really sat down, and it's a hexagon cardigan. If you are just joining, thank you. I'm Carolyn. I am autistic. I have ADHD. I love to crochet and stay busy so that I don't doom scroll and start worrying about things that I can't control. So instead, I crochet. So yeah, this is it's a hexagon cardigan, and it's for my son, who is 14 years old, and I love that he just wants to make, that he wants to wear something that I am making him. I think that was pretty cool, especially as a 14-year-old. He said that there was something really wonderful about it being handmade, and it's like a statement piece. I think he thinks that, well, I mean, if you imagine like a football player coming in with like a statement piece, I totally see it. I think it's gonna look great on him. And I just have to finish weaving in these ends. Again, I find it very difficult to commit to the end of a project. I'm great for 80% of a project, and the last 20, I really do struggle. But I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna finish it. So my name is Carolyn. I'm so happy that you're here, you're joining. Let me know where you're from, where you're watching from. If you crochet, if you do any fiber arts whatsoever. I used to knit, and I found knitting, well, I did it for a lot of years. Again, I should have known. I guess that was probably always the way I stimmed. No one knew I was autistic when I was little, but like there were signs. I can't tell you how many square projects I made growing up. And I think everyone had a scarf, a blanket. I was making a ton of baby blankets for everyone. And that's why I have enjoyed crochet so much, because I feel like I'm able to do so much more instead of just doing square projects. Hence being able to make a cardigan, a whole entire sweater. Isn't that fun? Being able to make a whole entire sweater. I feel so proud of myself. And now everyone's getting a sweater. I've got one, my youngest son, he's got one. I'm just gonna start making them, with whether people want them or not. No, it still takes effort, so. It just feels so nice too. That's another thing, as a person who's on the spectrum, texture and textiles, they make me so happy or infuriated. And there's something about the weight of handmade products like a blanket or a sweater that just feels so wonderful to me. If you're just joining, I'm Carolyn and I am on the spectrum. I am neurodivergent. I like to stay busy, and I have discovered that crocheting is a really good outlet for me. I've also experienced, unfortunately, a lot of trauma, and if anyone who's ever gone through trauma knows, you can start ruminating a lot. And so having a hobby that can keep your hands busy and keep your mind busy and not obsessing or ruminating over things that you can't control is very, very helpful. So I am working on a cardigan for my son. I just have to weave in the ends right now. It's the most tedious part. I don't like it at all, but I'm gonna do it because I love him very much, and he has been very patient. I don't even have, oh no, that's not true. I was gonna say I don't even have another project lined up after this, but I do. I have my other cardigan that I'm gonna be making for, it's a Phillies inspired cardigan. So right now I am making, it's a hexagon cardigan, and it's for my son. My 14-year-old requested these colors and requested that I make this for him. So he's going to be very happy that I am almost done. Just have to weave in the ends. So yeah, I have a 14-year-old son. He is going to be, he graduates, I guess, 8th grade, and he's going off to high school. If anyone out there has children, would love to know. And I'm Canadian. I live in Philadelphia. My son is going into high school, and I am a little overwhelmed, a little bit, because the system here, the school system, is just, it was really intense. I almost felt like we were applying to universities, or I guess colleges. in Philadelphia, but he's going to be going to a great high school. It's just going to be a really big one, and I'm sure he'll be fine. I went to a school in Canada. It was a French school. I'm French Canadian. I live in Philadelphia. I've been in the United States for a while, but I'm Canadian. I am from Halifax, Nova Scotia, and my school was like the only French school in our province, and I think my graduating class, we only had 20 students that were there, and most of us had grown up together. We had been in kindergarten together, and it was a really interesting experience to go to school with such a few people in a large enough city. Halifax still has like 500,000 people, but my education experience is going to be very different than my son's, because I went to school in Canada and he's going to school in Philadelphia, and it is just a very different experience. I am weaving in the ends of my cardigan. If you're just joining, my name is Carolyn. I am neurodivergent. I have autism and I'm ADHD also, and I need to stay busy because if I don't stay busy, my mental health suffers, and I always have to have a project on the go. So I have been crocheting and using it as a way to stay busy and not doom scroll, and then also be able to make some pretty lovely items. So I am right now weaving in the ends for this cardigan that I made for my son. If you are neurodivergent, there are some really great benefits to crochet. First, you can choose a pattern, and actually I'd love to hear from you guys. If you do crochet, do you prefer to follow a pattern or make up your own pattern? It really depends for me, and I think that's part of being ADHD, autistic and having ADHD, is I both love to be able to create and invent and come up with something novel and new, but then I also love to just not think about it at all and just kind of repetitively just stitch. So something like this cardigan, it's like, I feel like it's like the perfect project for me because I don't really have to think about it. Once I start stitching, it's basically just repeating the same stitch over and over. Like if you can do one of these little clusters, if you can repeat that over and over, you can make a whole cardigan. You can do like a whole cardigan. So I can choose something like this, which is very simple and just has one stitch that I just repeat over and over and over, and I can just zone out on and not have to worry about it. And then the challenging part, or the creative part, can be the color choice. What kind of yarn I'm going to use. What am I going to do with the sleeves? I've got one, where is it? This was the first one that I made, and this is for me, but see, the sleeves are open and like billowy, so I can do that, or I can taper it, which is what I did with my son's. So his is gonna come more like that, so that it's not dangling, because he didn't want his sleeves to dip into water when he's not often washing dishes, but like, you know what I'm saying, like washing his hands or whatever he's doing. So I was able to, with this one cardigan, this one hexagon cardigan, I have just the right amount of creative flexibility, but also structure. So that's what we're working on. And then when it gets to the end, just weaving in these ends is just so tedious. I probably should do it as I go again. I really should do that. I just don't. I don't. That's because I am sometimes motivated by pressure, and so it's only because now my son has been begging me to be done this finally so he can wear it now that it's going to be hot. We're in Philadelphia, it's going to be really warm soon, and I'll finally have his cardigan ready for him. He will be very happy. All right, so my name is Carolyn. I am autistic. I am on the spectrum. I love to crochet, to stay busy. I really feel like it helps my mental health. I've also been through a lot of really traumatic experiences, and my brain just kind of needs a break a little bit. So instead of always trying to fix problems that I cannot fix, I have decided that crochet would probably be a better thing for me to obsess over. I think I probably have maybe 15 minutes left of weaving in these little ends, and then I'll be able to give it to him. I am making a hexagon cardigan, and it is my favorite crochet project to make. Also, if you want to learn crochet and you don't know how, it is so easy. I learned how to do this in February. So since February, I have learned how to be able to make, I've got so many things I could show. I've learned how to make a whole cardigan, whole sweater. Okay, it's not difficult. It's actually really hard. So you can go on TikTok or YouTube and find simple stitches. It's fantastic for guys too. Men's fiber art products are amazing. Like, think of like the quality yarn you can get and like beautiful things that you can make. Like I said, this is from my 14-year-old son, and he's very excited to be able to wear this going into high school because he thinks it's like a statement piece. It's not something that all of his friends are gonna have. I've decided I'm gonna make one for the new school that he's going to, his high school colors. I will, I don't know what this is. This co-host with another creator. I don't think so. I don't know what that means. I am new to this. So yeah, I'm going to now have to make my son a new cardigan, or another cardigan, with his high school colors. So I'm very excited to be able to make that. He'll be able to walk around his new school with this awesome cardigan, and yeah, I'm very excited. The other one that I am making, let's see. Oh, I made this little tote. Again, same stitch, and this was just free form, freehand, free patterned. I did not follow anything. Again, same stitch as this, but just continue. So just keep on going around, and I just used whatever yarn I had at home at the time, and I don't love these colors. They are not my favorite, but I'm able to use it now to hold the rest of my yarn. And then this one, because I am a Canadian living in Philly, And the Phillies happen to be a really big deal around here. And when baseball season's in full swing, having a really cool, unique Phillies cardigan is going to be pretty neat. So, and then I have to make one for the Eagles too, because Kelly green and like an ivory, or I don't want white because that would be too bright. Yes, I did crochet this. Yes, I did crochet this. Oh, sorry. I crocheted this, and it's so simple. Okay, I just learned how to crochet in February. All right, so you too, Emily, could do this. Go online. It's called a granny cluster, and it's 3. Let's see, to make it, here, this one's better. It's just 3 little clusters, and you just repeat it over and over and over. And you make it into the shape of a hexagon. And after you get it to the right length to be able to go all the way down your arm, you're gonna take it and you fold it over. And once you fold it, you have half of your panel to make your cardigan. So, I've got both of my panels here. My poor doggy. My poor doggy, Sachi. This is Sachi, which is short for Versace. She's fancy, and my teenager named her. My youngest son also gave her a last name, so her full name is Versace Ice Cream. So she's a fancy, cute little doggy. So this is what I was saying. So, okay, first, my name is Carolyn. I am autistic. I love to crochet and stay busy and save my sanity. Please follow along if you would like to support a person who really just kind of wants to like share some good into the world. I've been through a lot. I have had a lot of really bad experiences, and I have a lot to talk about. I'm in a filmmaking school. I just wrote my first short film, and it went really, really well. I was very excited about it. I've got a bunch of other films that I'm working on. Unfortunately, there was an issue with the director on my film, and I learned a really big lesson about, not trusting friends on things, even when you're a grown-up and you feel like you can trust your friends to be ethical and to do the right thing, and they don't. But anyway, so I've got a lot to talk about between neurodiversity and narcissistic abuse and healing from that, in addition to crochet and motherhood, also dating and single motherhood, and what a nightmare that is. It's kind of why I stay busy with crochet, because that's just much less complicated. But I think I have to still do probably twice as many rows on this. So I think it ends up being like 17 rows when I've completed it. All right, well, I am gonna have to get going very soon because my son is finishing 8th grade today, and we have a whole potluck at his school. I have to go and get my other child, and this has been so much fun to be here and to get my nerves under control for the first time. So thank you so much for watching and for following along. If there's any questions that you ever have, please ask. I would love to be able to support other people and just create like a nice, soft place for people to hang out, because the world right now doesn't feel very soft. It feels very, very difficult, very sneaky, very shady, and I want a nice, soft, cozy place. So thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time.